I started writing as a child. I was writing before I could write. I was filling pages with just. I really tried. I kind of thought, okay, I can do it if I just keep doing this, because they always say if you just keep practicing, you get good at it. So I just tried writing, and I would always take it to my mum and say, "Is this a story yet?" And she's like, "No, it's not even words." And then when I learned to write, I just kept that up, basically. First I was dictating stories to my parents, and they'd write them down and make books out of them, and I'd illustrate them, and they'd give them to the family. I didn't. I don't know. I found that embarrassing. I just wanted them for myself. And with the illustrating as well, basically as soon as I realized that books were a thing that humans make, I started making them. And I never wanted to do anything else, basically, for a job or with my life. And I made contact with the publisher. The first time I got something published, I was 13, and I got a regular comic in a magazine. And then it just went on. I studied, and so basically there wasn't any point that made me think, oh, I'll be a writer, why not? Or there wasn't a point where I started writing. It went very naturally from eating board books to publishing graphic novels in one smooth line. I don't know if I have a particular style, a particular illustration style. I have a way of working, I suppose. I prefer working fast to working slow. I like to do details, but then I just kind of noodle them. I just put the next thing at the next thing at the next thing. I think it all comes out quite similarly, naturally. It's more like handwriting. So I don't really aim for a style, and I've never copied anyone's style because I'm maybe not that good at that. I just know what I want to do, and then I do that. So it's generally, mark making is important. So I make a lot of my own tools. I go out and collect stuff to make brushes out of, and I cut my own drawing nibs. I also collect brushes and nibs. So it's bought stuff, it's made stuff, and it's similarly with pigments and inks and whatever. I like to have a physical connection that way. And there's always, every project takes a while I gotta find the right things to use. Every character needs the correct brush. It's very annoying when I lose them. And that's important. I like the style to look achievable. I don't want to show off so that people go, oh, I could never do that. Because I think I realized that when I first started doing school visits, and there were these children who weren't impressed. They weren't happy to be impressed. They just looked at it and they thought, I could never do that. And they were so sad. And they were just like, I can never be this good. And I was like, that's, I'm quite old. you just need better materials and grow. But I just thought, wouldn't it be nicer if they look at my work and go, I want to do that, and just get going. And that's what I want. So I'm fine with it looking like your kid could do it, because that's what I want. That's important. The thing that I love most about this job is that I can do it. It's brilliant. It's something I can do. I can't do that many things. I feel it's definitely what I feel very sure that it's what I'm supposed to do. I really love that I get to make things that make people happy when I'm not there. Because it's quite, it's important to make people happy. The first book I wrote and illustrated myself, I think there were two at the same time. One of them was Timothy and the Strong Pyjamas, which was quite traditional somehow, which was quite nice. And at the same time, more or less, I think Shark's Amazing Undersea Adventure came out. And they were both a bit kind of comic-y. They had speech bubbles and panels and sequential bits. So that's something that's actually in almost all of my books. Seems to be a lot of comics. That's good. And then there was a whole stretch of, there are cats in this book. There are no cats in this book. Is there a dog in this book? They're all kind of interactive with flaps. So it's all of the books are interactive. Most of them have speech bubbles. I did a graphic novel, which most people don't notice. There's a lot of pages in there, 94, lots of panels, for slightly older children about dealing with nightmares. The thing that I hope that people get out of my books is, it's actually quite a few layers, and it depends on the books. With the books about the cats, like Is There a Dog in this book, I'm trying to help the parents to put on a really good performance. It's basically like a little theatre. It's like if you think of the whole book as a theatre, and you think of the text as a script, and the little characters, the characters in it as almost like puppets. It's designed to be as easy and as fun to perform as possible. Because really, I think if you share a book with your children, the secret is the kids will enjoy a telephone book if you love reading it. It's like, it would have to be pretty bad book for them to not be enjoyable. So it's good if it's a good book, but it's giving you an experience. And then I always think about before I make a book, what is needed, what would be a good book that does a good thing, what would be a book that helps you with something, with a difficult feeling, or what would encourage a good thing. Encouragement, I think, is the main thing. Like, it might encourage you to make something together, or encourage you to be brave about something, or just to be nice. Or to make a book, even. To make it yourself. That's what I hope. Just encouragement of good stuff.